content in, because you get to sit there and relax and not even think. Do you know what we're talking about today?
You hadn't told me yet. I don't know. I'm just like everybody else.
Just
waiting.
Well, people already know because it says it if you go to it.
Where?
You got to refresh it though. You're new to Facebook?
I am.
Okay.
Ooh.
Are you live?
Yeah.
Keep going. Hey.
There
There it is, Cousin Charlie.
In the red thing too, Lola.
Derek Godwin, good morning, buddy. I'm ready to come spend time with you in your Floridian house. Derek Godwin owns a house down in Florida. Did you know that?
House.
He owns a big monster house. Now, if he wasn't selfish, he would say, boys, girls, come on down here, hang out with me for free. That's what unselfish people do. Good morning. It's 8:30. It's time for that morning grind, friends. Every day we come to you, and we like to talk about content of life. What goes on in life every single day. I like to come on here and talk about my life. You know why?
Because you're the greatest.
Because I'm selfish. That's why. And I believe everybody. Did you see what the title is?
I did.
Okay. So this morning, here's the topic. This morning, every day, we were, I'm retracing my selfish steps.
Okay.
This morning at the gym, I'm talking with Joey and Michael Bass. And I am on a program to where I've got to be here at this time. I've got to be, so it's bam, bam, bam. My morning is to the minute. If I leave my house after 5:36, I'm very, very disappointed. If I leave the house, if I don't get here by about 8:26, 8:27, I'm distraught. Okay? Well, this morning, and if I'm not at the diner by 7:05 to order my breakfast, I'm really flustered. I'm really struggling. So what ends up happening is some of the people that are in the way, Weatherman's on here, good morning, Weatherman. What ends up happening is some of the people along the way find me very selfish. Okay? So every single morning after I leave the diner at 7:35, I call one of my mentors, Mr. Timothy Dutton, and I like to talk to him about life. 21 day, attaboy, Brad Elam. So what I do is I call him and we talk about things, because what he does, he fills my mind with more knowledge that's there. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So some mornings he doesn't always answer. Now again, whenever you're chasing a mentor, it's your duty, it's your obligation to chase that mentor. Their life is not about giving you time. You've got to force your way into them to create this time. So if he doesn't answer, I'll give him help. Okay? So this morning, hey, I appreciate the likes, the comments. Please play along. And if you're selfish, if you believe you're selfish, hit yes in here. So this morning, Tim calls me back. He calls me back at about 7:52, 7:53. I'm about to get into the shower. Hey, Brittany Renee's on here. Hey, girl. Hey, I love you. So this morning, he calls me at 8:53 or 7:53. And I'm like, well, Tim, you know he said, first thing he did is said, Tommy, I apologize. I was in the shower. And I said, well, Tim, you know every single morning I call you at 7:35. And he was kind of taken aback. And he said, well, Tommy, you sure are tough on the ones that love you. And I'm like, Tim, you should know how damn selfish I am. So it made me think. It made me reflect back. Selfish people expect more from other people than they do themselves. That's what selfish people do. Do you agree with that?
I do agree.
But here's another revelation that I came to, and I've actually have studied this. Did you know most people that say they are selfish are probably not as selfish as people that say I'm not selfish? Would you agree with that?
I would.
Would you?
Yeah.
Because Cousin Charlie has told me on numerous times that he is selfish. And I don't see anything from Cousin Charlie that says he's selfish. But do you think you're selfish?
I do think I'm selfish.
Well, why do you think you're selfish?
Well, after I work all day long, I go home sometimes and my wife's wanting some of my time, my kids are wanting some of my time. Hey, it's time for me now. Or there may be times where you're in the office next door. You're calling me Cousin Charlie. Hey, I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm going to take care of me first, then I'll come to you.
You ignore his call.
Cousin Charlie, are you admitting this on national television? Look at Brittany Renee chiming in.
Yeah,
hey,
breadcrumbs.
Hey, breadcrumbs. Well, see, I believe all this starts with the awareness of what you're doing. If you're not aware that you're being selfish, how are you ever going to improve it? How can you ever not be selfish if you're not aware that you are selfish? So if you can't admit to yourself that you're selfish, you're probably going to come across very selfish to other people, because internally you do not believe you're selfish. Kathleen, would you like to add to this?
I think you're right.
Really?
You're right on point.
Who here, Weatherman, do you believe that you're selfish? See, if people say, I don't think I'm selfish, I've got a little, I'm watching those people. If you can't admit that you're selfish, because every single human being is selfish. Do you agree?
Yeah. Well,
You're learning to be more selfish.
there's going to be times where you need to be selfish.
How can you be the best you if you're not selfish? Because I owe it to Brittany, to Nicholas, to my mom, to you guys to be the best version of me. Because if I'm not the best version of me, how am I going to help your life? How can I help Brittany Renee's life? So like this morning at breakfast, every morning we come together with a collaboration of people. John Jakes, Roy Frazier, cousin Charlie's there sometimes. Weatherman was not there this morning. But we have a lot of people. John Floyd, John Jones, John Jakes. These people are they're very smart people, and they give great counsel. So this morning I started talking about Brittany Renee, and somebody brought up, do I have life insurance? Because the life insurance is not for me when I die. It's for those people left behind me. It's selfish to not go out there and take care of this. Brittany Renee, so if I say that I'm selfish, I'm really not. I'm selfish. No, we can't say that, Brittany Renee, because the reason why you're saying you're selfish is if you've identified some area in your life where you are selfish. That's why you're saying that. Somehow you know it. But I don't believe there's any way in life you're ever not going to be selfish in some capacity. Would you agree? Roy Frazier, hey, we got to get that life insurance taken care of today, friend. And if any of my people out there, any of my peeps need life insurance, contact my guy right there, Roy Frazier. Do you have life insurance, cousin Charlie?
I do.
Do you have it through Roy Frazier?
I do. Roy Frazier's got the whole family.
That's the way it should be. You contact Roy Frazier, he takes care of everything. So hey, here's what I'm going to challenge Brittany Renee. Be careful. I watch a lot of ID channel. You should go get. Well, Brittany Renee, it would be very selfish of me if I didn't go out and get life insurance if something were to happen to me. That's more selfish. Think about that, isn't it? To not think about somebody else. How long have we been going? Do we have any questions, comments? Does anybody on here want to admit how selfish they are?
We've only been on for 8 minutes.
8 minutes? My hair. Cousin Charlie, hey, I need you to interject and say something.
Well,
Lisa, do you believe you're selfish?
I think so many times I'll use my wife as an example since she's not on here to hear what I'm going to say, that I see my wife not be selfish. She will sacrifice her time and her things to take care of our daughters and to do things. And then I come in the door, hey, can you do this? And it's like, man, I'm tired.
Yep.
Never mind what you've done all day, I'm tired. And then I kind of step back and I'm like, I should probably go do what she wants me to do. Or instead of I should offer to do it before I'm even asked to.
Okay, so that's a great point. Jeffrey Baker, what's up, friend? This past weekend, Brittany Renee was overwhelmed. See, Sundays and Mondays are her days off. And those are the days she probably wants to catch up on her life. Maybe she wants to relax. Maybe she wants to go do something. Well, in her mind, the house was very, very dirty, chaotic. And I could tell that she had enough. Okay? I mean, she was really on Sunday. So, you know what I did? She didn't ask me to do this. I went in and I started cleaning up the areas that I make dirty.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
like she, she bought this couch that's the centerpiece of our little den area. And I get on that damn thing, and man, it looks like somebody literally came in there when I get off of it. I'm not even on some areas of the couch, and it gets messed up. I'm throwing pillows. I'm messing it up. It's one of those couches. It's a lounge. It's like a I forgot what it's called. So I went in there, and hey, I felt like I was 10 years old, and my mom was disappointed. So I was in there, I was straightening up, and I was peeking in the door because I'm selfish, wanting to get my credit. Do you do that, Cousin Charlie? Hey, I'm gonna do this, but I want my credit, okay? Hey, so then I go in there and I help clean the kitchen. Nicholas has a responsibility that he hadn't been living up to, and the reason why is because we're not staying on him.
Right.
He's 11 years old. Why would he do these things? So she got to go to her. I said, hey, go in there and just get ready. And she said something. I said, hey, I just need you out of here. So we went on with our day, but what Cousin Charlie said, I think it's so much more meaningful to the woman if you help out and when you're not asked.
Yes.
It means a lot more. So here's what happens. See, here's the selfish side of me. Hey, I work, I do all this, I do that, I do this, I do that. I ain't got to do this. Well, what it does, it creates what I call that unspoken bitterness. Because Brittany Renee in her mind is doing the same exact things. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Then I have to come home and then I got to clean up your stuff, and then I got to clean up. She never feels like she's getting a break. So we all think from our own perspective. We all think from a selfish place. And I think it's okay to admit that. And I believe you would be a lot happier instead of fighting it and saying I'm not selfish. Bullshit. Hey, Cousin Charlie, I apologize about that. You are selfish. Good morning. You are selfish, and it's okay to admit it. And I believe everything begins with awareness. You cannot change something. You'll never change from that point A to point B if you cannot admit, I've got problems over here at point A that I need to recognize. So, Cousin Charlie, you're exactly right. I need to do a much better job of taking more off Brittany's plate. That I feel like I ain't got to do that. I don't have to clean my stuff. I ain't got to do this. I ain't got to do that. So, but by the fact I can admit that I'm selfish, last night, hey, and I'm saying this because the fact I'm saying this means I'm selfish, okay? Yeah. So whenever you're talking these things out, there's a reason why I'm doing it, because I'm selfish. So last night, I left the office and I called her to see what she was doing. She took Nicholas to UFC. Then she was going to go pick up the groceries from Kroger. So I wanted, hey, are you still on here, Brittany Renee? I haven't seen you chiming in. I'm trying to get my credit. So
she clapped for you.
So I said, well, hey, how about we ride together? Because, see, I wanted to spend that time with her, even though it was about 20 minutes. I know, like, Sundays are special to her because she doesn't work. It's the day I don't wake up at what time?
4:40.
4:40. Then Mondays are her days off. So I want to spend that little bit of time with her and just talk with her. So we as men, this was actually going to be a separate topic on here about how men, who believes this should be a separate topic one day about how men should do more around the house without being asked. You'd get a lot more credit. You'd get a lot more credit if you just do it without being asked.
It's huge.
Who thinks we should talk about this? Probably not the men out there. They don't want to do it because they don't want to bring awareness. Whenever you bring awareness to something, you start to feel guilty if you don't fix it. That's why we don't want to bring awareness to stuff.
I wonder if Leatherman does that.
You know, somebody was telling me the other day how Weatherman stays so engaged, so connected to his wife. You know, they do so much stuff together. See, he's committed, not me. Why not Weatherman? Weatherman probably does stuff outside. Well, Shawan does a lot of stuff, but I bet you Weatherman does something.
It might change now that she's coming back working.
Cousin Charlie, is there anything you would like to add? I'm going to shift the spotlight.
I think that'd be a good topic to talk about. You know, that's something that Linda and I have had an agreement on for years.
Look into the camera, Cousin Charlie. Don't worship me over here.
Oh, no, I'm not worshiping you.
Okay.
But our housework is, I'm not going to go into too much detail in case we have this another day, but you would be surprised who does the majority of the housework.
Do you?
Yes.
You don't run the show. No, I'm just kidding. I do anything she wants. Jeremy sways it. The grass is always greener when you water it. See, I was in there watering the grass.
Yeah.
You know what they say about a happy wife?
Happy life.
That's right.
Hey, you know what they say about doing something and not getting your credit for it, don't you? The selfish part of me wants to do things and get credit for it. Is that okay?
That's okay.
Yeah.
Is it? Are you sure? Who believes when you do things but you want to get your acknowledgement from the other person? You want acknowledgement. Hey, just so you know, let me show you what I did for you today. Zip. Happy roommate, happy life. Hey, I saw your comments about us getting married, Brittany Renee. I don't want you to think I was not aware of them. I did see them.
You know,
Weatherman says it is not okay to want acknowledgement for it.
But I just think that's human.
it's human nature to want to be acknowledged for something. And let me throw this out. If you're going to not acknowledge the good, should you acknowledge the bad? You should acknowledge both sides of it. If you're going to point out the negative, I think you should point out the positive.
And actually, I try to acknowledge good behavior. Like, ooh,
Yeah.
I really like to make him do it again.
Weatherman says humbleness is priceless. What does he mean by that? You do things without even...
Yeah.
Well, no, you don't do it looking to be praised, but I think as the one who's receiving it, you should let somebody know, hey, I
Right.
appreciate you doing this.
Yeah.
I appreciate you taking
Well,
time out of your schedule."
I'm gonna ask Cousin Charlie and Kathleen this question. Would you rather have a man in the house that does a lot for you but wants to be acknowledged, or a man that does very little that does not seek acknowledgement? Which one would you rather have?
First one.
Really?
Yes. Because that is, on one hand, it is acknowledging, because, well, he's acknowledging my wants and needs.
Mm-hmm.
So why not praise him?
Well, see, what the mindset that I have, I feel like I want to make Brittany Renee's life so much better. She can never, ever think of something different. That's kind of the mentality. So whenever she needs things done, hey, if she needs somebody to go do so, sometimes, like whenever it snowed,
We had to get the coffee creamer.
I wanted to go get her something, but you know, I got to thinking, there's no way I'm going to let her get out in. I mean,
Right.
the selfish part of me wanted to stay home and kind of do whatever I was wanting to do. But I don't think, maybe I'm wrong on this, but I don't think there's anything wrong with wanting to do a lot for people, but you feel good. Your love language, see, my love language is acknowledgement. And what did Jeremy Swayze say?
In general, the good isn't as good as the bad is bad. We need to see and reciprocate the good more. Just nature, really.
What does that mean?
I
I'm
don't
not-
know.
I'm kind of dumb.
The good isn't as good as the bad is bad. We need to see and reciprocate the good.
Now, what is Brittany?
Oh,
Renee?
maybe don't be like, you don't do this, you don't do that, but thank you for doing this, thank you for doing that.
Hey, Brittany Renee said something. Hey,
Sorry,
Shane-Ray,
Jeremy.
Big Kahuna.
Wanting acknowledgement means you're aware of what the other person wants and needs. Yeah, I think I agree, like, I think you did the right thing. It's okay to want acknowledgement.
Good overpowers bad any day. Hey, our home inspector Jamie Pallett's on here. Jamie, we need you to be a sponsor on our show. We could stick you up right over here where every single day we see you up here with us.
We always
But hey, I believe everything begins with acknowledgement. I'm sorry, awareness.
Right.
People are scared of awareness because they feel like whenever you're aware of something, we got to address it.
Hey, Jeremy Swayze said we always see the bad more, even when we do good, it gets overlooked. I think that's true. When you go somewhere and you have bad service,
Right.
how many good times does it take to make up for it?
Right. If you're helping someone and expecting something in return, you're doing business. Ooh, not kindness. Get satisfied from helping others.
Okay, well, see, I'm not doing whatever I'm helping Brittany
I guess
to.
a relationship could be like a business, kind of.
Well, I see. This is what I take. This is what it takes for me to do all those things. And see, I'm going to challenge a lot of these guys that are chiming in here saying these things. I feel like I'm going to do more for Brittany than you're going to do for Linda. Not that I'm bragging, but I feel like, hey, my love language is acknowledgement, and if I love to be acknowledged, it fuels me to do other things. So I'm not doing it as, I believe whenever you can get on here and say that you're selfish and you're looking for these things, you're probably not as selfish as you really are. Like I believe whenever people say I'm not dramatic, I don't do drama. Most of those people are probably more dramatic than the people that don't do drama or say that. So, Cousin Charlie, is there anything you'd like to add?
I'm thinking about some of the comments
Which
here.
one sticks out?
Well, you brought up the comment about love language. I think everybody's different.
Yep.
And people are going to do things for different reasons. For instance, I'm a pleasing person. I don't like to have people mad at me for any reason.
Yeah.
And so I'm more, if I'm like, man, they're going to get mad at me if I don't. I'm going to take the initiative and do something before. You're looking for praise. I think, everybody's wired a little bit different. But if you're doing it for the right reason, which is, hey, you're trying to help somebody. You're trying, as Jeffrey Baker said, you're doing it for kindness, not for that. If you get it for doing it, it's okay.
Yeah, but what if you're doing it for yourself? What if I'm helping out Brittany because it makes me feel better about me because I know she's going to acknowledge me?
That's okay.
Is that okay, Kathleen?
I think you're still doing it for Brittany because this is her first day off.
Right.
Let her get in there and get it cleaned up. It will help your
Yeah,
day,
but the deeper why,
Brittany
why comes back to I feel good about me for doing this for her. Rocky, my man.
Go ahead, you can read.
Well, you read it to me.
Brittany likes you to tickle her back.
One of the 7 habits: seek first to understand and then to be understood. Same true in acknowledgement. Acknowledge and then give others credit first without expectation. It comes back around.
Hey, I agree with what a lot of these people are saying, but I'm just telling you the way I'm being very true with my feelings and my emotions.
And I think that's fine.
And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. People can say, you can quote Stephen Covey and say things like that, but I still think people, they've got to be fed back. Because how many people can continually pour into other people and not get something back and be okay? How long can they keep doing that?
After a while,
Well, I think
for me, it wears off.
it's human nature to want to be acknowledged or things done. And so many times, if I may do something for Linda, and she may not say something right away, but later on she's going to acknowledge it. I'm going to hear praise for it. Mm-hmm. And I think that's how kind of things happen. Mm-hmm.
Well, here's something that I've noticed. The more stuff I do for Brittany, I don't even care about doing. I mean, I don't need acknowledgement on the little bitty things. Right. I feel like I do. I am going to challenge other men to do what I'm willing to do for them because I feel like I'm going to. Words of affirmation creates a positive environment. It does, Chris Clark. It does.
That's good.
And Brittany, if I don't like, she put a post the other day and it talked about her attention meter. I don't know if you guys saw it, but like the attention that she needs was paid over here, way over here.
I didn't understand it.
Yeah. But see, I'm selfish. Like last night, I rubbed her back, and it helps me fall asleep when she rubs my back. So I rubbed hers, and I said, now it's your turn. And then, see, because I'm selfish, I will always multiply the time. Hey, I did it for 15 minutes.
So you can get...
She's like, well, you did it for 2.
Okay,
you did it for 3.
That would be
hey, Tom Love, good morning, buddy. But I believe people need to become more aware of how selfish they are. And it's okay. We're scared for other people to hear that we're selfish. But, hey, how can you say you're not selfish? I like Cousin Charlie. Cousin Charlie, to me, is the most selfless person. Mm-hmm. Hey, Cousin Charlie, would you mind driving to such and such and bringing me some? I mean, maybe you just do it. But see, whenever you have this awareness that you're selfish, I believe it's more about the action. Because I don't believe love is a feeling. I believe love is an action. Do you agree with that?
I do agree with that.
Do you agree with that? See, love ain't no feeling. Love has got feet on it. You got to do things for love.
Right.
The action creates the feeling.
Ooh, Cousin Charlie.
You guys are above my head.
Cousin Charlie. Is Brittany Renee?
Yes, she's still here.
Did she say something?
Oh, not that you're right.
I mean, I can say I love to do things for my wife.
Why?
It's because I love her. I care for her. I want to be a good husband. But the more that I do for her, the more I love her and I want to do more for her.
Why? What is Jeremy saying? See, this goes so fast.
I'm betting you're appreciated for the things you do. Us men are always just competing and trying to be better and better. So we try to go the extra mile.
Brittany.
I need my acknowledgement for still being here.
That means a lot to me. She knows that. See, whenever I do all these things for her, she does just as much for. I'm not saying I do more.
Right, yeah.
But whenever you got two people wanting to do more for the other person, well, it's like Jeremy, it does create that great environment. But hey, I'm going to admit, I'm going to do things, but I don't need anything other than acknowledgement from her.
Right.
That's what I want. I just want acknowledgement. I want to be the best. I just want to be acknowledged for. You don't have to do things for me. Like, I don't need gifts. I just need acknowledgement. That's my fuel. That's what fires me. Or fuel or whatever. Hey, let's ask Brittany Renee. On a scale from 0 to 10, how selfish am I, Brittany Renee?
So you perhaps needed a post of a clean house on Saturday. Saying thank you.
No. All she's got to do is come in there and say, hey, I really, really appreciate you doing this.
Rod Key wants to know if you're disappointed if you don't get acknowledgement.
I don't know, because she's always acknowledged me. I don't know. In that, Rod, there are some things though that if I don't get acknowledged for, I do get disappointed. Yes, if I try something, if I go above and beyond, oh jeez, what? Is a bad one coming?
No, you're fine.
Is a bad one coming, Kathleen? I believe it does bother me if I do things that I go above and beyond and they're not acknowledged. It probably does bother me. Ooh. All right, guys. Hey, we're going to get off here, but if you have any more questions or comments, here's all I'm asking you. Ask yourself why to everything that you're doing. Every single thing that you do, there's a deeper level other than I'm just doing this to be helpful. If acknowledgement isn't given in the time you're expecting it, you get a little bothered. I agree with that. I agree. But again, I'm selfish. That's probably why. But hey, that does not do away with the fact that I want to be the best spouse, the best partner that you can possibly have.
And you have a new life. You have a household now.
Yeah.
So you're not like just bachelor pad anymore. You've got a household to run. You've got a new life.
You know, the other night, hey, between us, like I was saying, hey, you need to go in there and tell Nicholas this. And she's like, won't you do it? And I said, because I don't want to be the bad guy.
See, I'm always the bad guy.
I said, because I'm chicken shit. You do it.
Well, at least you acknowledged it.
All right, everybody, have a great day and be aware that you're selfish, but find a way to make a good out of it. Have a good day.